And welcome to episode 10 of Nuthin But Net. It's an inaugural, not the inaugural episode.
Inaugural times 10.
Yeah. It's 1 plus 9
Equal.
10. And this is the episode you're listening to.
It's so great to have made it to 10. I remember when I had reached that age in years, I turned to my mother and I said, what an honour to have made it this far and to be having such a good go at it and having a good old cricket score.
I got a card when I was 10 with Bugs Bunny on it, and then inside it said double digits.
Here's something I'd like to make an observation about Bugs Bunny. Is it just me, or aren't all toons loony?
Well,
So, they are. Name a plain toon. The opposite of loony is plain. Name a plain toon.
plantain.
Name a plantain. Which is a great game that kids used to play before the internet was made by Tim Berners-Lee. They used to just sort of go around picking up vegetables and
Naming
it.
the plantain.
Potato nomenclature was a big game for kids.
Yeah, that's how all vegetables were named.
Yeah. Well, yeah, back in those days, every
this
potato
one
had a name.
must be a carrot.
This right here, this is Jermaine. This is a 14-year-old plantain, and you do not want to eat him because he is quite ripe.
Was that the old times, or was that just the more recent?
That was Dr. Phil today.
Yeah,
Because he's from the old days, so he still partakes in those games. You'll notice if you look closely at an episode of Dr. Phil, he's often pushing around one of those wheels on a stick, just solving people's psychological problems.
Yeah, just in between. We're gonna go commercial. We'll be right back.
Whee! Come over here, Jasper, you plantain. Plantain is actually what Americans call potatoes. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck in the break, kids. Don't buy Coca-Cola.
He's just against it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of adverts these days.
He wants people to eat fresh,
Mm.
which is a Subway reference.
Sorry, I was just, ironically enough, just having a sip of the old Coca-Cola myself.
This is going to be the branded episode where we look for brands. We aren't actually sponsored by any food brands, but
Trying to sort of circle the square, put the horse before the cart, or the cart before the horse, rather, and just name a bunch of brands, and hopefully one of them will kick us some cash after.
And I mean, now that we've popped, we can't stop.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Yeah, I've been drinking Folgers since I was 6.
Have you seen that Paul Stanley advert where he sings it?
I have,
It's
yeah.
him in a circus. Who signed up on that? I wonder.
Paul Stanley.
Did you know that Dimebag from Pantera was buried in a Kiss coffin?
I did, yeah.
And can
You say that like that's not information I would immediately have burned into my memory.
And number 3, can you guess who read an article called Top 10 Kiss Facts this week? It's me. Mario. Yeah.
Nintendo. We want the Nintendo audience, I think.
My favourite plumber.
Is Mario.
Well, they announced he's not a plumber anymore.
What?
Yeah. They came out and they said, no.
What's his new job? Video game character.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Nintendo.
Mascot for Nintendo.
Full-time PR for Nintendo.
It's really changed my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he is a plumber, so they can shove it, because they can't just decide that he's not a plumber. What are they going to say?
I mean,
Sonic's not a hedgehog anymore, actually. He's a sniffler.
he's a
Which is a
sniffler.
character from Harry Potter or something, I don't know.
Yeah, he's the snitch from Harry Potter.
Oh, Sonic's the snitch.
As Tails once said.
Was that there? I thought that was Sega's national announcement.
Sonic's the snitch.
Sonic's the snitch now.
Sega!
Sonic's the snitch.
I think that's the new game.
Sega need to keep up with Nintendo. And they're going to do it by this huge announcement.
That Sonic's the
Sonic
snitch.
the Snitch now. He's such a fast hedgehog. If he was going to be a Harry Potter character, it would probably be the Golden Snitch.
Yeah.
As we've already talked about. Because it's such a fast ball. And the aim is to catch it. And when you do catch it, who gives a fuck about quaffles?
Yeah.
The quaffle score is irrelevant. As soon as, why did they even do it? It should just basically be Malfoy versus Potter.
Yeah.
Race
And to be honest, for the most part, in the Harry Potter movies, I haven't read the books, as we've covered before.
Yeah.
It is.
One of my worst parts of the Harry Potter franchise is when Drago Malfoy
Mm-hmm.
gets to become the snitch chaser in the the evil team, what they called Scorpios,
Yeah, Dragon
And-
Malfoy and the Scorpios.
and he only gets to do it because he bought them all new Nimbus 2000s.
3000.
Okay, well I thought you hadn't read the book. Is it covered in the film? I haven't seen the films.
I don't know.
I don't have a DVD
I
player.
don't even know. I could be incorrect. It might be 2000.
I don't know. It probably is 3000 because Harry got a Nimbus 2 at the start of 1 from
Yeah,
Hagrid, the big boy.
and he gets the fancier ones.
And then Hagrid, no, Malfoy buys this whole team.
It's easy to get those two characters mixed up.
Well, yeah,
One
because
is a
they're both-
small blonde boy, and one is a.
And the other is Malfoy.
Sorry, I just can't stop drinking this Coca-Cola.
It's a good Coke.
It is a good Coke. It's not a bad
It's
Coke.
probably the best soda pop.
Yeah, I have Coke. I do. I mean, it's a joke, but I really do like cola. It is, I only have it on the weekends now. It's a little treat. Normally just one. It's not even
Mhm.
like I drink it constantly at the weekend. It's
No.
just I'll come round. Sometimes if I've done a show, I do cabaret shows as the wonderful Miss
Marple.
Monica Bellucci.
Oh.
Oh, well, both.
Okay.
Depends if it's a
The wonderful Miss
murder
Marple Monica Bellucci.
mystery. I was in the new James Bond film.
That's cool.
Yes, and I was the oldest woman ever to be in a Bond film. Extraordinary.
And you
Yeah.
had a good Coke after every shoot.
Yeah,
Every time the director bangs that gavel and says cut,
guilty. I go
guilty of enjoying this Coca-Cola drink.
sip, gulp. The best part of waking up is a hot sip of cola, and I do. I'm in the probably only about 45% of the population who heats up their cola in the microwave
Yeah.
in the metal can just for that element of risk.
I've gone through multiple microwaves.
Yeah. Oh, that's worth it to get that hot, steamy, the first hot Coke of a day. Just
Whisks all your troubles away.
It's just it's brown gunk and it's so sugary and it rots your teeth and it rots your insides. But gee, does it taste good on my mouth? And I do like Sprite. I'll talk about all the sodas.
I'm a
Or
Dr.
Fizzy
Dr.
Pops.
Pepper man myself.
Oof, I haven't had a Dr. Pepper in years, but I do enjoy them.
Mhm.
I like pepper with Subway. Pepper, please.
Please.
Pepper, please.
Pepper, please.
There's been assault.
Uh,
Oh no.
that's good.
Whoopsie.
And Subway, this is an idea for an advert. So Subway, you
Mm.
can get in touch with us. Get in touch with us via my personal email, which is fogelfan59 at gmail.com, and just give us a call.
Just go ahead and CC in or even BCC and me at wobblewobble49@gmail.net. And that's just my email that I use personally for personal business and also pleasure.
And if you are listening to this and you're not a Subwanian,
Had it right the first time.
yeah, please don't use those emails because those are our personal emails, and I don't want to get inundated with trash from anyone who listens to this who isn't an official representative of the Subway Corporation.
No party mailers, please. No
Mhm.
third party mailers, please.
If I get spam, if I fill up my spam folder because of this podcast, I will scream.
Spam is an anagram of maps, which is ironic because actually spam can get lost.
Yeah.
As far as I'm
Get
concerned.
They should make Google spam.
I have an idea for a Subway advert. You get the Subway, you get all the trimmings. You go in turkey breast, lettuce, tomato, and onion, please. The
Yeah.
biggest sandwich they do. And then you go to New York or London or to one of these big cities that has an interior subway system.
Yeah.
You put the sandwich on the tracks,
Mm-hmm.
and then you say, you turn, in the advert, someone turns around to the person next to them and goes, it looks like this subway's right on time. 'Cause I'm really hungry.
and
And
then
it's
you
my lunch.
get immediately flattened by a train.
And then he steps onto the tracks and gets flattened by a train, but he's been a tomato the whole time. And he bursts in a sort of the sandwich didn't have tomato on it initially, and then he bursts, and then the tomato lands on the sandwich, which is perfect. It's still intact because that
Mhm.
bread is very hardy.
Very hearty,
And then the
too.
woman,
It's a hearty Italian.
it's a hearty Italian bread. She reaches onto the subway
Mhm.
line. No incidents this time. The train's gone. Picks up the salad and goes, the subway, and goes, this is just what I wanted. Because I like tomato on my sub. And it was him.
And then
who did
it's
the tomato.
Subway now is tomato,
It's
which
Subway,
is a new flavor they've introduced. Tomato.
tomato bread, tomato instead of bread.
It's just
That's
massively
very
growing
horrible to
tomato.
hold. Yeah, it's sliced open as well, so it's leaking
it's
the whole time.
it's really disgusting.
Tomato ketchup is our new bread. Could be another potential slogan. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, how was your week, Adam?
It's been good. It's been not great, but it's been good. As you know, I'm on the lookout for a good time girl to spend my life with.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been looking up tips on the net on how to meet women, how to talk to women, how to be the best person you can be,
Mm.
and have that reflected in your love and personal life and your relationships with women.
That sounds all very serious. And did it work?
No,
Okay. But
I
would you be able
I
to
haven't left
share?
my house all week.
Oh, so
so-
you've not had a chance to implement this advice?
No.
As such.
I've been hitting the books, as they so to say.
Now here's a little sorry, ladies, but I am actually taken. I don't have a ring on my finger, but tough. I am taken. So
Tough I'm taking.
tough. I'm taken. So I can't even begin to think about all this advice because it just comes naturally to the likes of me,
Yeah.
and that's just tough luck, Adam. Not everyone can be born with hot cookie buns. Me. Not everyone can
Which
be
is
born.
another thing
with-
we're looking for.
Women want
sponsorship
hot
from.
cookie buns, and I want hot cookie buns to give us money to do the podcast.
Yeah. But I've been looking up great advice. I found a great website. Now I don't know what this stands for. RSD Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly I've looked on their website and I can't.
Really sick dudes.
I assume so.
Yeah, could easily be.
But this is a great website. I'm not really going to read any huge parts from it because they are literally daily diaries, which they call field reports. And it's a sort of confidence boosting website, and they offer great boot camps where you can spend $2,000 and you can go along, and there are I've noticed, and there are multiple complaints from people on the forums that they never really disclose what these boot camps are, but you do need to go to one. You need to spend $2,000
Bargain.
because what $2,000?
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to spend that on? Your home, your kids.
Mini jacuzzi for your ant farm.
Yeah, anything. You could be spending it on a confidence class. And honestly, if it were a little cheaper and it weren't in America, I'd be going.
You'd be going with less guilt.
Yeah, well,
And
yeah,
less
I'm going.
debt.
I am going to
you
go.
are going. I've seen the
I am
tickets.
going to go, but I would really want to fill out my field report, which is daily pages, honestly, paragraphs and paragraphs of just people's lives and how many girls they've talked to. And this user _ Armani.
Cool shirts.
I won't read his whole thing because it's very long, and I'll be honest, dull.
Okay.
Deathly dull. But at the end, he puts his stuff done well. So stuff done well, was social and had my own party going, danced merengue, shared positivity, went to new places, kept things real, opened a hot girl, lessons, stay in the hot venue, approach all and apply the 33% rule with girls, talk with any girl, even the fatty. So you can see these are really great guys, and he's put P.S. There are many more lessons and realizations and more cool details. I want to think things simple for this journal though, and he wrote that like he was stuttering it.
That is good of you to keep it real yourself and read the stutter.
Yeah, so there's the 33% law, in case you're wondering, and he does outline that halfway through. Here is the 33% law. 33 will not like you. 33 will think you're okay. 33 will be into you. It's not only with girls. This is with people in social interactions.
That's not true. Some people are more likable than others.
Yeah.
It kind of completely oversteps the fact that, a completely loathsome creep like _ Armani is not going to have equitable amounts of likability to you, sort of the Steve Carells of this world,
No.
if you like.
Exactly.
Which
Which is ironic.
nice people.
Because Steve Carell, as we all know, starred in The 40-Year-Old Virgin, which
Of
is
course.
what I assume Armani is.
Armani must underscore Armani, please.
Sorry.
I think Armani must have already been taken.
Yeah.
Armani in Havana. How's that for an old joke? I don't know.
But he's really, what I love about this website is that it's really opened my eyes to the fact that when you go out and you meet a woman and you think, oh, maybe I'll talk to her. You're at the club, you think you might buy her a drink, you might have a word with her. What it's really opened my eyes to is how much you should be thinking about statistics.
Yes, a numbers game.
Yeah.
And that is a romantic thought.
It's really romantic. Like, just statistically, if I speak to every woman I know,
even the fatties, as he says.
Even the fatties, statistically, one of them will tolerate me. Which I think is something that's a really good takeaway, which seems to be most of this RSD's...
It's a nice life lesson.
Whole takeaway is... I don't really get the game of confidence, because it's not really confidence when you just go, well, I'll literally speak to every human being I see.
Hedge my bets.
And eventually, one will speak back to me.
And seemingly not.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
so
the fact that this guy has done weeks and weeks of daily updates...
I'm no Lothario, I'm no James Bond, I'm no Sean Bean. But if I were, I don't think no, I don't. But I wouldn't be spending all this time. I don't spend all this time on forums.
Exactly.
Filling out detailed field reports, as they call them, about my sort of, as they see it, semi-successes in the social world. I think if any of these people had had any success, the ultimate testament to that would be that never seeing them on the forums again.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Exactly.
People who go to cool parties and kiss models like I do not go on that forum. I can tell you.
And people like me who use their podcast as a as a lonely hearts confessional. Yeah. We do go on these on these forums.
And I've actually got your classified ad for dating. You've asked us to put on the podcast, and I said I would read it because you're too shy.
That's fair.
So here we go. Let me just read this. Just find this in my notepad. Okay.
Just
rifling.
Hack the computer.
Okay. Single man, 35 years old, 400 pounds, would like to meet similar.
35-year-old 400-pound man.
Good sense of
pick up chicks.
Good sense of hummus. Non-smoker, unless it's that green, and then that's it. So if anyone feels that they fit that description, and there must be someone out there, probably within, let's say, 200 miles of Edinburgh, you can get the bus.
Yeah.
Give us a ring, and the phone number is 009 901 400 500 Adam.
Yeah.
And Adam is you just type that in on the numerical keypad. If people aren't familiar with that system. And Adam will go on a date with you. That is our promise. If you call, you will get a date. He will date every entrant, and then we will announce the winner in 3 months' time.
Yeah.
At Adam's wedding.
You can contact us. You can contact us on Twitter. You can contact us on Facebook. You can
contact us on Facebook.
You can contact, and you can say, if you write prize giveaway date with Adam, you've won it. Instantly. And I'll go on 100 dates.
He'll go on 1,000 of dates. He has a huge income, Adam. Adam mines Bitcoin. And he also has his own very popular gaming channel on YouTube called Body Farts. That's FERTZ, and that's named specifically to target the German audience, which is huge.
I will talk to you in German about my speedruns.
What a threat.
For the entire night.
I will talk to you in German about my speedruns all night, said Adam. That's how he will speak. Adam thinks doing a German accent is talking in German. That's just one of the obstacles you're going to have to get over in order to fall in love with him. But you will. You will get over
You will get over it, and you will fall in love.
And you will fall in love with Adam, and then Adam will spend less of the precious time we have on this podcast talking about how single he is.
Yeah. Which is a theme, because I've looked up lots of other stuff.
Yeah.
Just to kind of...
Well, we're going to push through it. This is the episode where we solve that problem. And let me just give you an idea of how bad it is. I opened the door to Adam's flat today where we record, and he said, "Am I a CD with 3 songs on me?" And I said, "What?" And he said, "Am I a CD with 3 songs or 4 songs on me?" I said, what do you mean?
He said, because I'm a single. Am I a single?
Because I'm a single.
I said, Adam, let me in.
I kind of resent that you think that's my voice.
There he is. No, that's
Yeah,
not your
I
voice.
put on this voice for the podcast.
Yeah, that sort of deep, gruff voice. We both Adam and I put on exaggeratedly masculine, cool guy voices, as
Yeah.
you can probably tell.
Yeah,
You probably
'cause-
listen to this thinking, did Dolph Lundgren start doing a podcast with James Bond? Nope.
Nope.
It's actually just me and Adam, and normally we talk like little boys.
Yeah, like my voice is at least 3 semitones higher.
And I've got 3 quaffles up, just in terms of vocality.
Yeah, I think we should really
Contenders.
drop the pretense and just talk in our normal voices.
Okay, you can go first, and then I'll join you.
Pranked you. This is my normal voice.
Yeah, I was just kidding. This is my normal voice. I eat a lot of oats, and I lift heavy weights so high up.
Mhm.
And that helps keep my voice a nice deep low timbre, and it does help when I'm whittling wood, because I can just speak to the wood and it bloody cracks apart and goes into a shape of an elf.
Yeah.
I mostly whittle elves.
Every time.
I'm trying to whittle chess pieces, but I just keep making blinking elves.
I drink a lot of raw eggs.
Oh yeah.
I do a lot of push-ups.
Mm.
When Ross said I was 400 pounds, you were thinking of what a hugely grotesque fat man. But it's what a hugely grotesque fit man, because it's all muscle. It's 400 pounds of pure muscle.
And it's all in your head. It's all head muscle. You've got just like your body is very wiry and sort of normal, and we've covered that you're under 5 feet,
Yeah.
but your jaw and then your sort of cranium area, it just protuberates, which is a word.
Bulbous.
It's a bulbous protuberant.
Yeah. That's another thing. If you
Protrudes.
are listening to this
That's
and
in
you're
it.
thinking, well, give that guy a call. I'll call him up and see what's going today.
Hmm.
We will need to go somewhere with ample space for my ginormous head.
Yeah, Adam has it's an easy travel headrest, I think is the brand.
I have little like camera stabilizers on either side of my head.
It's really good. It looks like a NASA experiment. It's like they've brought something back from space, and you're thinking, well, that asteroid looks a lot like a man's head. And then you go, oh, it is a man.
And if you're from Edinburgh, you've probably seen me or heard about me, the giant-headed 400-pound man.
It's incredible. All the weights on the blinking head.
Yeah.
But it is good because you can remember more facts up there with your big muscular head.
Well, as you know, I have a photographic memory.
Photo fetish.
Yeah, I have a fetish for photographs, which is
Completely changed the subject.
which is very. It's not a bad fetish.
No, it's an easy fetish
It's a
to have.
pretty easy fetish to have. Yeah.
You're always just hanging out in dark rooms, much like most fetishes.
Yeah.
But in this one, that's actually what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Dark rooms.
My giant head in my dark room.
Which is also the name of your upcoming album.
Yeah.
Your
Single.
upcoming rap single. My giant head in my dark room. Yeah, it's pretty good. Kesha does the backing vocals on it.
She does.
Which
We
is-
never met, but
Well, yeah, you just copied some of her vocals off of one of her albums. Just like,
it's just ripped. It's not even a vocal rip. It's just a rip
No,
of
it's the whole
the
track.
song.
yeah, it's really badly done. But I can't wait to listen to that whole track when you finally release it.
Thanks.
So, yes, Adam has been looking up a lot of facts and figures.
Yeah.
So far more the latter than the former, about how to get your blinking rocks off in this day and age.
Well,
Easier said than done.
there's a lot of things like I've kind of prepared myself a bit more because I've been on enkyrelations.com
Mm-hmm.
and this is for 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
3 months, 6 months into the relationship when, you know, we're solid, we know each other. She's all right with my enormous head. And you can think of nicknames, you can think of cool things to say.
Oh, that's
And
sweet.
there's just cool things to say to your girlfriend. So I've got NQ Relations 50 cutest games to call your names to call it games to play. That are names to say.
Oh no, Adam's ended up thinking that he was looking up ways to get a relationship, and he just found 50 of the coolest video games to play, which is essentially the root of the problem.
Yeah. But no, 50 cutest names to call your girlfriend you must know.
Excellent.
So I don't know if it's you have to know the names to call your girlfriend or 50 cute names to call your girlfriend. You must know your girlfriend before you call her this.
Yeah,
But either way.
bit of both.
So just a couple. Queen, if she is the queen of your heart. Juliet, if she is the heroine to your tale. Boo, if you find her sexy.
Well, scary maybe.
Donut, for someone who is sweet and round.
I call you Donut.
Yeah. I like Bub, for someone who is too adorable. It's a very...
That's a bit weird. It's a
Hey,
sort of
bub.
like, sort of jovial name to call someone on the street in New York.
Bright eyes, if her eyes are her best feature.
Weird.
Dream girl, as she is the girl of your dreams. Pooh.
What?
No description.
No description needed.
Snuggly.
Yeah.
Peach. And tips, which is something I need, is make sure your girlfriend approves of the nickname you keep for her and is not irked by it.
Stop calling me Pooh. I'm irked. Stop calling me Pooh.
Make sure you give her a nickname in accordance with the time you've spent together. So, Pooh.
Pooh would
3 months in, Pooh.
no,
4
day
months
one.
in, Dove.
Day 1 Pooh. 6 months in, you say Boo.
But
You
she
give her
still
the fright
thinks
of
you're
her
saying.
life.
You still thinks you're saying.
And you
Pooh.
slowly transition over the period of 6 months from Pooh to Boo.
Boo.
And then eventually, probably about 9 months in, she'll go, "Are you saying Boo?"
Who?
And then that's when you start calling her Bub. Listen, Bub, I'll call you what I want.
I'll call you Pooh if I want to, bub.
And that's when you know you're in love. And then after that, there's only one thing to call her: wife. Because she's going to
Yeah.
propose to you.
Well, that's what it says. If you've just spent 2 months together, you should not call her wifey.
No.
No.
Only an idiot
I
would
think
think
if
that.
she's a woman with a brain,
Yeah.
you should not call her wifey.
Never, probably never is the appropriate time. 'Cause
Yeah.
that sort of insinuates that after 2 days and 1 month, settle in. I'm calling you wifey.
You can call her my wife.
Well,
Or-
if you're Borat.
Yeah. Or the old ball and chain is one I really like.
Yeah, the old Borat chain.
Hey, the old ball and chain, what are you doing today?
Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob Borat.
Hey, Bob Borat. Pooh.
Bob Barana. None of these names are any good. And that
No.
was far less than 50. So, terrible online article.
Yeah, well, there are 50. I just didn't want
Oh,
to
okay. Those are some of the best.
go through. And
I can
there's-
tell you some of the names that I call my significant otter.
Yeah?
That's sweet. Because, little animals are sweet.
Uh-huh.
So I would call my partner a range of things. I do call her Stinko,
Uh-huh.
Judas,
Judas.
My Bloody Nightmare. And I started calling her that before the band was a thing. So
Yeah.
dibs. I call her Tips. So when you said the word tips, I thought that was one of the list of 50 and not
Ah.
actual tips. So I thought, oh, that's one of my ones. I call her Tips. Because I need some change, as in I need to break up with her. I call it tips.
I need her to change.
So I'm trying to get a hint at that. What else do I call my SO? I call her asshole.
Yeah.
I call her by her Christian name, in full, just to keep a distance, maintain a nice degree of formality.
Yeah.
And then I call her Bub.
Yeah. Well, now you will.
Now I will call her Bub from now on.
Hey, bub.
I do call my SO Pig. Like, I really do. And the first time I did it, it was sort of like this funny thing. Like, I would say something outrageous and just call her a pig. And it was funny. But now I've done it continually for about 6 months and she just sort of accepts it. That's right, all right, pig?
And if that's not tip for a relationship, I don't know what is.
One of the things that is key to a relationship is endurance.
Mhm.
Because you will eventually, inevitably, start treating each other like shit. And you just have to get used to it. And that's what love is all about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Treat them like garbage and hope they get used to it.
yeah, but it's reciprocal.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was a
obviously.
one-way street, then I'd be a monster. But if anything, she started it.
Yeah.
So, which of those 50 names or the dozen or so you picked, do you think you're gonna call your lover when you find him or her?
Pooh.
Pooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's
That's it. PooBoo. Hey there, PooBoo.
And as soon as you wake up, you shout that.
Yeah.
Good morning, PooBoo. You want an egg on that?
Hey there, honey
Waffle?
PooBoo. What are you doing today? And I just
Don't even speak to me until I've had my coffee, you PooBoo.
put some Folgers in my cup, you fucking PooBoo.
Excellent, Paul. An
That
excellent
sounds
Paul
like
Stanley impression.
Like when you say it with such venomous intent, it sounds like a kind of racist or xenophobic term.
Maybe, yeah.
Put some followers in my cup, you fucking PooBoo.
That's right, yeah. That's the sort of cut version of American History X uses that phrase.
Yeah.
But, yeah, don't use racial epithets to your partner or to
No,
anyone for
no.
that matter, because they are old hat.
And try your best not to say innocent words like PooBoo with such malicious intent, because they will sound incredibly aggressive.
Here's something that I've heard as a rule. Don't point at ethnic minorities in the street and shout nonsense words at them aggressively. Just as a rule.
Don't point at anybody in the street and shout nonsense words at them.
Oh, I'll point at any white I want. They can fucking take it.
I'll point at any fucking white I won't.
Yeah. No, it's fine. Honkies can
dish it out.
Honkies have it coming. They've dished it out for so many decades. Even
True.
as one, I can say that they've got it coming.
Okay.
So I'll shout any honky I want. And I'll just say,
Where's my Folgers, you fucking PooBoo?
and actually that might be something progressive that we could do. Would be to get the racial derogatory term PooBoo used against white people.
I mean, as two white men,
Two whiteys, yeah.
I feel like it's the least we can do. That's our reparations. Start calling all white people PooBoo.
Please, hashtag PooBoo.
And white people don't call each other PooBoo.
No. It's not one of those things.
No.
You don't take PooBoo back, okay?
Yeah. PooBoo is used to discriminate, okay?
It's a discriminatory term just to take us down a notch. Because I have noticed that no other race quite to the same extent has such a low bar for just starting a podcast with one of their friends. And that probably says something about the fact that we need to just be taken down in a couple of bars.
Yeah.
On the old weight machine.
So,
yeah.
PooBoo.
Now we're doing our bit. And if we can get Adam a girlfriend in the meantime, all the better.
If we can, those are the two goals of this podcast.
Yes.
Well, 3 goals. Teach you about the net.
Yep. Well, that should be the main one.
Net me a babe.
And achieve racial parity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are achievable goals.
And once we've done all of that, maybe we can do something about women.
Maybe.
You know, try and get some women paid the same amount as men.
Well,
we have to stress that is so far down the list of priorities for us.
It's so ridiculously far down.
It's not even worth talking about at this point.
At this point, it's really women's equality in the workplace isn't even on my radar. But if you are a independent woman, give me a call.
Yeah. The best thing you could do right now is give Adam a call, go on a date with him, and when we've done everything else, we will get round to it.
Yeah.
But first, one of you are going to have to bite a bullet and date Adam, for God's sake. We're never going to get our heads together in this equality thing.
You want equal pay, go on a date with me.
One of you must date me. And it's almost like one of those things where it's like, I don't know, in some sort of post-apocalyptic hellscape, and there's rival tribes, and all the tribes once a month have to agree that everyone's going to put forward their weakest, and that one person will be eaten. So all the tribes will have a feast and cannibalize the weakest from each tribe.
Yeah.
Much in the same way, all women have to get together and just shove one out to meet her gristly end and date Adam, for God's sake.
Yep.
Yep.
You won't enjoy it, but I will.
I
think that's what matters.
So disgusting.
I just meant the relationship.
You won't enjoy it,
But I will.
It's all about him.
Yeah.
Give something back to Adam. Do your part.
Yeah.
Hashtag PooBoo.
Because, I feel like I've deserved it. I deserve it at this point.
Yeah, you're entitled to it. That is definitely true.
That's exactly the point of view you should have.
You've got your own podcast, you play electric guitar, and you've got just an enormous head. What more do they bloody want?
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
you don't live with your parents either.
No.
If I were single, it would boil my blood if I saw another man in a relationship and he lived with his parents. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
The lowest of the low.
Maddening.
I moved out when I was 9 years old. We talked about when I turned 10 earlier.
I moved out when I was 19 years old.
Good age. You're a little late. I was 9. I was a fiercely independent child because I'd learned on the internet and from podcasts and whatnot. Get out, strike out on your own. Be Huckleberry Finn.
I lived in the mines that I worked in.
in the mines that you worked in.
I lived in my own mind.
When I was growing up, I was a hugely imaginative child, and I spent a lot of time in my own mind.
In my own minds.
And working down my mind was a stressful job, and I had to bring my imaginary canary down to check if my thoughts were getting too radical. And I lost a lot of canaries, let's just put it that way, when I was writing my poems as a child.
And that is the kind of scintillating conversation you can expect if you give me a call and go on a date with me.
Yeah. And
I will talk
We will
about
record
myself
it.
all night. I will talk about myself all night.
yeah, I mean, we could just do this. Here's a little idea of what you might be in for if you go on a date with Adam. I'll be a woman. I'll be Sandra D, and I'm 6'8".
Uh-huh.
I'm a sloppy blonde.
Second.
I'm a sloppy blonde. I've got pasta in my hair. Oafish. I'm always hitting into things, and I break wind constantly. And instead of hands, I've got toes. It's disgusting. And instead of toes, I've got long toes. And I collect Warhammer bits, not the full figurines, but the little bits of Warhammer toys and little chainsaws and little bolt rifles and things like that. And here I am on a date with Adam, and we've gone to a Chinese restaurant.
Hello.
Adam, you have to speak. You have to speak on a date.
I'm too nervous.
Hello, gorgeous.
Now you speak.
I am the world's smartest man. Have you seen the size of my head? They probably don't serve any Chinese food here, so it's good enough for me. It's probably trash. It's probably filth. So why don't you fill your gut, you filthy pig, while I sit here and just look at you and just judge you?
Oh, just my kind of man. Straight to the point. Thick as a thistle.
Is it official?
Order me chips, you stud.
And it seems like you've pulled Adam. Get your coat. You've pulled Sandra D.
Well, it takes me 5 minutes to put my coat on because of my enormous head. But
Pick up some Pringles on the way home, you rotter.
another Pringles tie in there.
Yep. Well, please sponsor us, Pringles. We do have up to 7 listeners some weeks. 2 of them are us. So that's 5 new customers you could have popping up crisps at any time.
We have 3 dedicated listeners.
Yeah. I don't want to eat a Pringles. It's not normal for Cheetos to come in a tube. I only eat tomato capers and hot pizza slice. Oh my. Oh, Mama Pasta, what is stop? You cannot pop. I'm never gonna pop. That's easy. I'm never gonna pop. Junior, don't you talking to me that way. You gotta respect your elders. I'm gonna have you whacked.
Yep, Mama Pasta has mob ties. That's just something we haven't established, but she does know il cartatore,
Yeah.
which is Italian for the big bad boss.
I'm looking forward to our 100th episode. Just as a look forward, because we're on episode 10 now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the centennial 10th of the centennial.
Yes, correct.
So
It's our bronze anniversary.
I'm talking, it takes 10 weeks to get here.
Yeah.
It's going to take it's going to be 100 weeks.
Another 10 weeks.
So 2 years' time, you'll be listening to episode 100.
How exciting would that be to be sitting down, pitching out, probably in a little tent in your living room,
Uh-huh.
and we've got the microphones in there, and the tent makes such an awful noise, and you can't really even hear the podcast or us talk over the tent rustling. And it's our 100th episode.
Yeah.
And it's called the Camping Special. 100 Camping Special.
100 camping special. And if you heard the audio go a little wild there, that was just because we were getting too excited about the 100th episode, 100 camping specials.
Sorry, I just tend to shout into the microphone when I think of the number 100.
Yeah.
There were 100 dinosaurs when the world fell away. There were 100 days in May. There were 100 people who died on the Titanic, and I'll love you 100 ways.
Don't give away a whole 100th episode.
Sorry.
But I was thinking, we can get our fans. By that point, we might have 6 fans.
100 fans.
Mama Pasta, Ennui, Tommy Donut,
Yep.
Danny.
Neil, maybe.
No.
Matt, maybe. Not really, though. Ross McDonald, Neil McDonald.
Yeah.
Bob sometimes.
Yeah.
Hannah sometimes. Me.
And me.
You.
And hopefully, my new girlfriend, 6'8",
Sandra D.
PooBoo.
Gubbo.
Gubu, the 6'8" Warhammer bit collector.
Oh man, she is such a nice girlfriend for you because she doesn't take your nonsense. She gives as good as she gets.
She does.
Do you expect me to eat that? She says, pointing at your phallic object. Your
Head.
douche.
Head of my penis.
She looks at your penis with such disdain. And that did sound like the start of a poem, but it wasn't.
It's the start of my
Love
vows.
You love life.
My wedding vows. You look at my penis with such disdain, but I have an enormous brain.
We agreed to get married on the 4th of the month. Good luck, chump.
You fucking PooBoo.
Yes, and then the minister will probably be some sort of... Knowing you, Adam, will probably be like the lead bassist in a fucking heavy metal act.
Yeah,
From like Little Shop of Horrors or something. The bassist,
yeah.
the heavy metal bassist from Little Shop of Horrors.
yeah. It's going to be Rockin' Tony, the bassist from Little Shop of Horrors. He's a friend of mine. He is a priest. He does weddings. He's a dudist priest, Big Lebowski. Stay strong.
Dudist.
Yeah, so he's going to marry me in my living room.
I hope you guys are going to be happy or something. I don't know. There he is. That's him.
That's him. That's Rockin' Tony? Is that what they called him?
Rockin' Tony, bad boy Tony. My Harley Davidson must be in the mechanics. That's Rockin' Tony. He's always got an excuse for everything.
I'll get married at Download Rock Festival.
And then you go off on your honeymoon in a minivan where you drive to Thorpe Park,
Which is just around the corner from
just
Download.
around the corner from Download, and you finally get a chance to get in the pool, and then just the water pressure lets you rest your neck for the first time in your life, and it's a life-changing moment for you.
And finally I die.
And your head dissolves, and it just for a brief second is the size of a normal head. You go, ah, yeah, and then boom, your whole body explodes.
not my head.
Your head remains floating in the pool, and Sandra D cries a solitary tear.
My little PooBoo.
My husband is a jack. Completely different voice.
I thought you were going to say in jail. She has very little understanding of what's happened.
Life jail. He did. He's in life. The medical examiner.
He in live jail. He did.
Sandra D. He in live jail. He did. And then they end up getting married, so don't worry about her 1 minute. She's
No.
all right.
Don't be frightened, Sandra D. My little PooBoo. The medical examiner. Will be on my grave.
Yes, yes. And your grave will be at Thorpe Park, which is nice because
Exactly where I exploded.
in the middle of the pool, under the water in the pool. We're just on a lilo. You just your head in a bucket attached to a lilo with a tombstone on it, with a pretty long quote.
Yeah, if
Or
you
eulogy.
do, well, not a lot of people know that. If you do die from explosion at Thorpe Park, they bury you in the water.
It's very nice. Yeah, they do the sort of naval salute thing. They fire t-shirt cannons, 3 t-shirt cannons salute up in the air, and then the t-shirts land in the water, and the little kids catch them.
My head is actually so bulbous, they fill it with helium and use it as a balloon, and it just floats.
It floats outside Thorpe Park.
The exploded man.
That's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice for Thorpe Park. They'd probably get the numbers up because they've got to compete with Disneyland these days.
Disneyland these days.
It's very difficult to compete with a mouse of that
House.
level of charm. Yeah, a mouse in that house. So, Adam, we've been talking about Sandra D, and we've come to the conclusion that if you marry her, things are going to end a little red for you. By red, I mean blood.
Well, they'll end
So-
badly, but at least I'll have one tiny, fleeting second of happiness beforehand.
But there might be something better for you, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
And what could be better?
I'm open
and
to it.
What could be better than dating a celeb?
What
Celebs
could be
are better
better?
than normal people.
Mhm.
One of my favorite celebrities is Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
and Minnie I've always thought is an incredibly lucky woman. So I thought what we could do is the ultimate celeb quiz.
Yeah.
On marieclaire.com,
Oh.
which is a news website. And we're just going to find out if you're going to go after a celebrity, and why not? In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
Let's get you the right one.
Okay.
So let's begin the quiz, much like the Peep Show quiz we did several weeks ago. Adam, who is your celebrity soulmate? Let's play.
Is that one of the questions?
Your ideal... Okay, no, this
And
is...
then it just tells you.
Yeah. It says repeat it back to them.
Cool.
Adam, your ideal first date is, 1, a night at a gallery, capped off with a party at an underground dance club. Cultured and fun. 2, tickets to an NBA game, or better yet, a monster truck rally. And these aren't monsters driving trucks, these are big trucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should clarify.
Okay.
Number 3, a trip to the local comedy cabaret where they're always pull an audience member up on stage. And I love stand-up comedy, but not like this. Number 4, a home-cooked dinner prepared by my date. Or number 5, a romantic dinner at a fresh restaurant, followed by a carriage ride in the park.
It's gotta be the comedy club.
Oh.
I'm a huge fan of laughter. I'm a huge fan of jokes. And if they pull me on stage, all the better, folks.
At Zoinko's.
Yeah.
I hear that Thursday night at Zoinko's, they've got a guy who does a pretty passable Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, if I go for a
Here I come to save the day.
if I go for a laugh with my date, if I'm going out on a date, especially with a celeb, I'm going to be real nervous. I'm going to be hot under the collar. So
You want someone cracking wise.
laugh is an icebreaker, and I don't have to speak because you can't talk in a comedy club.
And you're banned from a lot of comedy clubs in this city because whenever a hilarious comedian goes up and goes, geez, somebody take my wife. No, really, take her. You always stand up and go, I'll take her.
And then I immediately fall down because I stand up too quickly and my head weighs me down.
Your head topples over. And then the comedian spends the next 10 minutes talking about the size of your head. Oh boy, that head's so big you could do drama on it. Which is a great joke.
And as always, I cry.
You weep, weep, weep. And then you've got such big eyes that the floods the whole comedy club.
Yeah.
You can't do ha-has when you're wet.
I weep, 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 and the pus in my head begins to seep, seep, seep.
Delightful. Question 2. Your ideal vacation would be sexy beach, museum tour, eating tour, volunteer vacation, safari trip of the Serengeti.
And that's my ideal place to go.
Ideal vacation, as the Americans say. Holiday.
Pizza.
Pizza again. In New York. Okay.
New York.
Your favourite movies are indie films, heartwarming family stories, knee-slapping comedies, rom-coms, or action flicks.
It's got to be action flicks. I love a bit of that. Taken 3.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a very particular daughter. Give her back.
Question number 4. The most important quality in a guy is strength, a good sense of humour, creativity, compassion, or passion. Now,
Strength.
compassion. Okay, never mind. Strength. The most important thing in life is living life to the fullest.
Strength.
Culture. Me, my family, and my friends. Laughing and having fun. Hee hee. Or true love.
Is that me, my family, and my friends?
Yes.
Or is it meme, I family and my friends?
Oh, whatever you think.
Strength.
Strength. There isn't one, but I'll put culture because culture is a nation's strength.
Being strong is... Yeah, okay, that's good.
Sounds vaguely fascistic. Where would you most like to live? Paris? Close to my family? Anywhere? New York City? Or Montana?
New York City, so I can get a slice of that pie anytime I want.
And also the great home of comedy. You could just slide in a hole in the ground to see Jerry Seinfeld do a tight 10.
Yeah, I could slip in with a Chicago deep dish.
Sorry, there's so many questions on this, so we're just going to have to really go for it, okay?
Okay.
And just rush through it. The kind of guys you usually date are down-to-earth caretakers, like, you know, people who clean and stuff.
Yeah.
Class clowns, so children. Wild or untamed dramatic types. Overly romantic and super sexy, a kind of typical me type. Or totally guys.
Is there none of the above?
No, which of these guys you usually date? I mean, I guess...
guys.
Okay. If you could switch jobs...
A wee lad who likes his football and his chips.
I'll have a fish supper and and come on the hammers. If you...
Oh, smell these fingers.
If you could switch jobs, your next job would be A, a TV star, B, a preschool teacher, 3, a poet, 4, a nightclub impresario,
Oh.
or 5, a professional athlete.
It's
Well, that wouldn't be switching career for you, so
no
that one doesn't count.
actor.
Okay, TV star was what I said. But close enough.
Well, I want to be a TV star, but then I want to transition into
To a woman.
movies.
Here's a big one for you. What best describes your sense of style? And
Mhm.
I can answer this one for you. Warm and comfortable? Yes. I've already answered it. You broke up with your last boyfriend because A, he wasn't able to think outside the box, B, he was way too serious, C, he didn't know how to change a tire. Really? 4, he was really sensitive, or 5, there was no spark between us.
Well, I broke up with him because he was sensitive, but he was sensitive because I berated him mercilessly because he couldn't change a tire.
The thing isn't because he was sensitive, it's because he was really insensitive. But maybe they mean
Oh.
he was so far into being he was insensitive. He was so deep into sensitive.
Let's say tire, because that instigated the breakup.
Okay, and this is the last question.
I was stranded
Thank God.
on the A2 for six weeks.
You really learn a lot about your relationship when you spend a fortnight on the fucking A2
Yeah,
eating tires, to be quite honest.
because we had to eat the broken tire. As you know, you pop a tire, you eat a tire.
And the police kept on coming and saying, do you need help?
No!
No!
That was my boyfriend.
Yeah.
He was insensitive,
Dirk,
to be honest.
Dirk, his name was.
No, it was Dirt.
Oh, Dirt poor Desmond.
Joe Dirt.
When it comes to looks, your idea, mate, is 1, skinny and nerdy. 2, muscles, muscles, muscles. 3, tall, dark, and handsome. 4, cute and maybe a bit plump. Or 5, clean cut and straight laced.
It's got to be muscles, muscles, muscles.
Oh, I already hit plump.
Okay, that's close enough. Muscles and plump.
It's calculating right now. We're about to find out the man of your dreams. It's Paul Rudd.
Oh, Paul Rudd.
Sexy's great and all, but it can't make you spit out your drink and double over with laughter. And really, laughing is the most important way to keep a relationship fresh and exciting. That's why you love a guy like Paul Rudd. He's got sharp wit and a personality to charm and surprise. Just be cool.
Just be cool.
Oh, that was a quote from a Paul Rudd movie at the end there.
Oh, I thought that was a tip to pick up Paul Rudd.
No, that's a tip that he gives to Stephen Carell in the 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
Andy, how do I get laid? Just be cool.
I've seen that movie a lot, and you are right.
Yeah, I watched that movie a lot. I keep going back for the jokes.
Yeah. Seth Rogen has to wear something like a girdle that helps him pick up boxes. That's my favorite joke.
That's true, isn't it? Why do they have him do that? Seth Rogen's girdle.
Yeah.
Girdle, girdle, girdle. And then they
You
have...
help me lift a box.
Yes.
Girdle, girdle, girdle.
I'm going to
My
play
girdle
Star Fox.
fucking rocks.
2 different approaches there. The same problem.
Yeah.
His girdle.
Well, he was singing it while he plays Star Fox.
Oh, no. Nah, there's Peppy over in the corner.
And the bird.
Who's the bird called in Star Fox? Google. Who's the bird called in Star Fox? Actually, I wonder if these days Siri's so smart she can even do that. Let's check.
Let's find out.
Siri, what's the bird called in Star Fox? Okay. Siri, what's the bird?
Here's what I found on the web for what's the bird called in Store Fox.
Store Fox?
What did
G
you find?
Fox and Co. Fantastic Mr. Fox brackets film. The Fox and Hounds brackets film. Foxes. The Wildlife Trust for Birmingham and the Black Country.
Right, we're looking for the bird from Star Fox.
I'll try and ask again. Siri, what is the name of the bird in the franchise of games known as Star Fox Fleet Commander for the Nintendo 64? Please.
Is she working?
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the name of the bird in the franchise of games known as Store Fox Fleet Commander for the Nintendo 64, please.
And I think I've got the top result could be helpful because it is just Banjo-Kazooie. So let's see if that gives us our answer.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, I think it basically just glommed onto the Nintendo 64 bit there. Yeah. Banjo-Kazooie is a platform video game developed by Rare and released for the Nintendo 64 in 1998. There we go, there's our answer.
There is a bird in Banjo-Kazooie, to be fair.
Oh, there isn't.
And the bird's name is Feathers, I think.
No.
But what you could do is say, Siri, what is the bird called Falco from Star Fox's name?
Okay, let's see if that works. Siri. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. Siri, what is the... Oh,
Here's what I found.
dentist at 9. I don't have... Siri, what is the name of the bird Falco in Star Fox Fleet Commander for the N64 called, please? Let's see if that works. Nope. Let's...
Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay, I found this on the web for what is the name of the bird Falco in Star Fox Flick reminder for the N64 called please let's select work.
So, what she searched for there is, what is the name of the bird Falco in Store Fox Flick reminder for the M64 called please let's select work? And the top result, British Cycling. And as the second result, Micro Machines, Battle for Endor playset. Toys I had as a kid.
Well, I guess we'll never know what Falco, the bird character from Star Fox 64, is called.
Nope, can't be known. If Siri can't find it out, what hope do the rest of us have?
Yep.
But congratulations on Paul Rudd.
Thanks.
You're going to have a ruddy good time kissing
I
him.
forgot about that.
You're going to have a ruddy good time kissing me. Paul Rudd.
And I've got
He's English.
a lot of great... Well, this is things to call your girlfriend.
Ooh.
But it can apply to any gender. You know, we're not inclusive here. We are inclusive on Nuthin But Net.
We're conclusively inclusive on
Yeah.
Nothing But Net.
So, you know, you can say to her, this is from Enki Relations again.
Great web.
Great website.
Yep.
Great tips. 80 cutest and lovely things to tell your girlfriend. Let's change it to significant other.
Yes. Partner.
Mm-hmm.
Pooh-Bear. Pooh-Bear.
PooBoo.
Pooh-Boo. They have to be white.
Last night I sent an angel to look over you as you slept.
Oh.
The angel returned to me when I asked why. The angel said that angels do not watch over angels.
Oh boy, what a contrived compliment.
Let's see. I tell you I love you so much because you never know, a day might come when one of us would end up in the hospital, and I want the last feeling you feel is of me loving you.
Ugh.
I will
The last
love
feeling
you.
Feel.
I will love you FOREVE, but no R, because it would be the end of forever. I wish life had a pause button. I would pause every moment we spend together.
What's
Which
the point? It would ruin it.
you wouldn't experience it.
It would block it all up.
Yeah.
I wish.
I wish I could erase the time that we have spent together.
Have you seen the film Click with Adam Sandler?
I haven't, no.
That damn Sandler. Wow. What a concept. So he gets this remote where he can control life. And at one point, he slows it down and looks at boobies. Which is comedy gold.
Doesn't
Come
he
on.
die at the end?
That's impossible. He has a remote. He just hit reverse.
I've never seen it.
I think Gene Hackman gives him the remote and says, listen up.
This is how you're going to look at boobies.
This is a pretty weird remote. This is the pause button. Pause every moment with the one you love. So you ruin them.
That's Gene Hackman's voice.
I don't know who Gene Hackman is. He's a great internet name. He could, like, if he was using his skills as a technologist to break into biological databases, and in order to change DNA sequences with the computer, he would have the perfect name. Gene Hackman.
Is it?
Do you get it?
Is it Hackman? Yeah.
Gene Hackman. He hacks genes.
I thought it was Gene Man.
Oh. Well, that was a very hacky joke. No, you're Hackman.
Well, I'm no Andy Man.
That's Hackman.
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 I'd play that.
What is Pac-Man's problem? That's probably what the ghost said.
What is Pac-Man's problem?
When they're in the break room waiting for the next coin to drop into their arcade. What is that little shit's problem?
I think they say that in Wreck-It Ralph, the
Oh,
Disney
yes.
movie based upon video games, and something we should know. Maybe we should have a viewing party for the second one because it's all about the internet.
Oh, yes. We should definitely have a Wreck-It Ralph viewing party too. And we can invite all of the listeners around and we can have popcorn bits and gravy and...
Come and watch Wreck-It Ralph 2 in the cinema.
with us.
Or we will get a pirated copy, very poorly filmed pirate copy. That's how I watched the first Wreck-It Ralph, and it was fine.
Actually improved the experience because there was a kid in the front row who kept making very funny noises.
Well, he screamed over every line that Sarah Silverman said. So, didn't make much difference.
I think that's in the mix of the film, actually, because she brought her kid into the recording booth famously, and it just ruined it.
Yeah. It's just Sarah Silverman's child screaming over every dialogue.
Don't bring your kid into the recording booth next time, Sarah.
Yeah.
Please.
Just a request from us.
Sarah, you're a great stand-up comedian, but you're a terrible engineer. Audio engineer.
Please don't let children scream over everything you say.
Sarah, give us a break. Leave your kids outside. Get a nanny. What's the most annoying way you could say nanny?
Nanny.
Pretty close to what I did.
It's an annoying way to say it.
Nanny.
Nino, nanny. That would be a good TV show. Emergency nanny.
Nino Nanny.
Nino nanny would be like a nanny who comes in when at the very last minute someone needs childcare.
That's a great name for a movie.
Nino,
Or Nanny.
nanny, she's looking after your kids. Nino, nanny, come on, one of your vids.
I'm gonna write a children's book
Called Nino. No, you're not. I am
called Nanny Nino.
Nino nanny. We're gonna rip off artist.
Nino Nanny Nino.
Nino nanny.
Nino Nanny Nino.
Her name is Nino as well.
Yeah.
So she's a Nino nanny. Nino nanny. Nino.
Or Nino, comma, Nanny Nino.
Or Nino, comma, Nino nanny Nino.
Nino Nanny Nino's colon.
I would definitely watch that film. And who would we cast as Nino nanny? Who would be the perfect? Super nanny would be the perfect bit of casting. I think that posh British woman.
Yeah, but she's not no actress.
Trotters. Eat your trotters. Eat your trotters now.
It's
like
unacceptable if you don't eat your Nino trotters.
Oh no! Why you called me in and it was a nanny emergency? You did have to call nanny because this kid is not eating his trotters.
Call 99 Nanny Nino or Nanny Nino 99.
It's actually pretty tough phone number to get right.
I need
What
to
was
call
that? Is that another 9?
99 Nino Nanny Nino 9.
Hello, nanny Nino, nanny. Speaking. Yes, I've had a terrible emergency. One of my kids is sick. I need a doctor. No, you called the wrong number. You called Nino nanny, you knock.
You narc. You call Nino Nanny, you fucking knock.
God, it's Johnny Depp.
My dad's a bloody butcher.
My dad's a butcher, my mum's a Nino nanny. It's a classic Johnny Depp.
My mum's my Nino Nanny. I think
It's a Matt.
I think we could get Johnny Depp to play Nanny Nino.
Oh, he
in
would
a
do it.
Mrs. Dubbit Fire situation.
It would be great. He's definitely much worse than Robin Williams in every conceivable way.
Yeah.
But we could have a go. It's the worst
It's me,
time.
Nanny Nino.
Eat your trotters. I don't know who that was.
Why don't you go outside into the cinema and get a nice big bag of trotters? It's me, Nanny Nino.
This again.
Yeah.
Don't forget to get a Sprite that you can dip your trotters in, and then maybe Nanny Nino will be my new girlfriend.
It's himself.
It's himself. Maybe he's finally realised that he has to love himself before he can stop hitting women.
But only as Nanny Nino.
It's me, Nanny Nino, Doddy Dip. Call 99 Nanny Nino to ring me on my mobile. That's who he talks.
99 Nanny Nino.
Get him on his new phone. My new cell phone's a Google app. That's John Depp. Well,
Popular celebrity John Depp.
we've enjoyed Johnny's company, and it's time he dies.
Yeah, let's get rid of him.
No, I'm only kidding. He doesn't have to die. He just has to regulate his behaviour toward women.
Yeah.
You can't hit your wife,
Yeah, we won't cast
Johnny.
him as Nanny Nino.
I think he's out of his depth with all this acting nonsense.
Yeah.
He just needs to be an ordinary 50-year-old creep who hangs around young women in supermarkets.
Yeah.
In, like, inappropriately weird shirts.
Yep.
I'm 19. No, you're not, John.
I'm Nanny Nino.
I'm 19 and I've got a problem with women. I'll eat strawberry laces in the back of the bin.
In the back of the bin.
In the back of the bean. Do you think Mr. Bean is funny? There is a right answer.
I think it was funny.
No, the correct answer is yes, yes, yes. Of course it's funny. He's got a teddy bear and he's an old man. Oh, teddy.
Well, it really, when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
I was never a huge fan of the beginning because it made no sense.
What's the beginning? When he hits his head and becomes an idiot.
when he gets dropped to Earth by the aliens.
What?
Yeah.
Mr. Bean's an alien.
Well,
It's a Mork and Mindy situation.
it's heavily
with Bean.
implied.
I've never seen Mr. Bean.
No one's seen Bean.
No, Sean Bean. It's pronounced
sorry.
Sean Bean.
But no,
I've never seen Mr. Bean. But
that was a real twist for me.
he was an alien.
Well,
Oh, Teddy.
it's a common fan theory on the Bean forum.
Well, you would know.
Yeah.
You're always on there.
But
You're
no,
a real
it's
has-been.
just, it really put the series in a new perspective.
One thing that I'm working on is a kind of stoner comedy resuscitation of the Mr. Bean franchise called Baked Bean. And
I was going to say something back.
oh, Teddy, this is good shit. Oh, Teddy, good ganja. Oh, I'm smoking a doobie in my house. This is cool.
He just starts talking more and more. Yeah, it definitely wasn't Rowan Atkinson's finest moment.
Rolling Atkinson
Yeah.
would be what you'd change his name to for Baked Bean.
He'd have to.
Rolling Atkinson. Oh,
But as we all know, Rolling Atkinson's favorite best role, Blackadder.
yes, he was very good in Blackadder as the assistant.
Mhm.
A series of assistants throughout the years to Mr. Blackadder, played by Stephen Fry. Oh, you hideous boy, you are a pupilless boil on the face of a cantankerous old boar. That's Stephen Fry being so smart.
Well, sir, I would have washed your socks, but I'm afraid that my scrambles have been in an old bash.
You grumulous caper, you are nothing short of a laxutose barometer in a sphincter's arse. Ha 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 ha! I've fallen down the steps. You don't kick my bottom, you. Oh no!
You couldn't get up those stairs if you had a fox's hind legs and the back of an elephant, you old fuck.
Excuse me. Here's a fact. Did you know that the Colombian boxing frog has 4 legs? No, that's today's QI queerometer. You are wrong.
Queerometer.
It's a weird fact. It's a weird fact. You've hit my buzzer. It's actually the Polish frog has 3 legs.
Popular British icon, Stephen Fry.
Stephen Fry just makes up words and pretends to be smart.
Yeah.
You are nothing smaller than an ant.
I don't think any of those words were made up.
Well, ant.
Oh,
You should have seen the way I spelled it in my head.
you're smaller than an ant.
I didn't do this. The tree monsters from the Lord of the Rings franchise.
From the Tolkien
Book.
From the Tolkien book.
I didn't. Have you read The Hobbit? I listened to it on Talking Book. J.R.R. Talking Book. That's an alright bit.
Yeah.
You keep up jokes like that, Ross, and you're going to end up on a panel show like QI. QI for the straight guy. That's a good joke. That's another one.
Really late
Holy
into this.
shit. I'm a real Bill Bailey on this episode.
Yeah.
Imagine if my owls were in my head. Plays the keyboard.
When we're just this podcast, we're just lambasting British comedy icons.
Fucking take that, panel shows.
Mm.
And who else is there? David Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yesterday, in my robe, I was put upon by a working class person to eat a normal cup of tea in a bap.
It was worse than the war that nobody's heard about, but I've read 8 books on.
Jeremy, you're really boiling my buggers. I like my tea black. I don't have milk. Oh yes, without milk, we're all going to live forever. Yeah, right. I'm lying, or am I?
That's what I lied to you.
Yeah.
Yes, these are 2
8 out
people.
of 10 cats, Jimmy Carr.
Oh, Jimmy Carr.
My name's Jimmy Carr. That's my best impression of Jimmy Carr.
It was really good. It's like he was in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday a homeless guy spoke to me on the street and asked me if I wanted a copy of the magazine The Big Issue. And I said, no thank you. The shoe I'm wearing is fine. great bits, Jimmy. Funny bits, but Benny.
Funny bits, Bimmy.
Benny Hill, he's another one.
Yeah.
Just running around. That's not that funny.
There's Dara O'Brien. On Mock the Week.
Oh yeah, Dara O'Brien thinks he's smart because he's read science textbooks in 4th year of high school.
Yeah.
You don't just go down to the top and do the hill.
Well, that took me by surprise.
I really had him like genuine fear.
You don't just go to the top of the hill. I'm at the top of the walk to ya.
Top of the morning to you. We've got 5 questions about the PM. We've got 6 questions about Donald Trump. And we've got 4 more questions about me, Dara O'Brien, popular comedy boy.
Okay, can we have Jack Whitehall and Russell Peters up there on the stage? And your specialist subject this week is Theresa May.
And that's Mock the Week.
Yeah.
Lampooned. We already did Jack Whitehall last week. We made fun of him. Who's left? No one's left.
There's no one left.
Take that, British comedy.
We've really...
Joe Brad.
My husband's such a rotter. Oh, God. Yesterday I sat on one of my boils and it popped. And my husband made a face. He's got no right to make a face.
He has no right.
Joe Brand as Henry the First.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose he's okay. I did marry him after all.
She just immediately changes her
I
tune.
love him deeply. He's a wonderful man. They're not Terry's chocolates, they're mine.
Oops.
That's another one.
Wrong one.
Wrong one. Wrong woman.
Oh,
There's
well,
only 5 of them in British comedy.
There really are. And
Yeah.
that's a problem. But who cares? Like, I'm watching these shows anyway.
Let's roast them.
I'm just
roast them
watching
all.
really sort of cutting edge stuff. Like Rick and Morty.
Rick and
know,
Morty.
Rick and Morty's. Adult Swim at sort of like 1 o'clock when I'm probably off my head on Vapor.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching like a lot of this stuff, just like music videos that are totally trippy.
It's cool. You know, it's like crazy, wacky, wild stuff.
Zane Brain stuff.
Mr. Peckles, which is a great show about a little dog that you see gore and you see balls. It's just cool.
Eat my ass.
Eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, Adult Swim's it's crazy.
I would love to see Grown Up Bart on Adult Swim. That's a show that I'm pitching to Adult Swim right now.
Grown Up Bart.
Grown Up Bart, and it's Bart from Simpson, but he has grown up, and his badass behavior has, if anything, multiplied.
All growing up.
All growing up, the age has not withered Bart's joke elbow.
Is that the full
humorous.
title?
Yeah, oh, that's the pitch. I've just written those words on a letter and sent it to America.
If you're
Thrown
listening
it,
to this, cast Adult Swim, as I know, you probably are because it's probably world famous.
Yes.
Give us a call because we'd love to put some zany programming on your 2 a.m. time slot.
You got Bart Simpson, and he's 26, and you're trying to tell me that's not going to be hilarious?
Yeah.
His skateboarding, he's become more adept at. He is living with probably like 3 other people who are pretty radical and smoke dope. And he's
living with Otto Mann, the driver.
Mhm.
He's living with Nelson, friend from school.
Yeah.
And the uptight one, Martin Prince, is there too. And he's there to just be a comic foil to the rest of the gang.
Oh, man. But now Martin is pretty deep into meth culture.
Mhm.
So he's lightened up a little bit. He's actually even zanier than Bart these days.
Just leave me alone. I need my meth.
His voice hasn't changed.
None of their voices have changed.
No.
We get Nancy Cartwright on for a 6-season deal.
Carter
Straight out the gate.
Yeah.
6 million per season.
Yeah. David Mitchell can do Otto.
Yeah.
And Stephen Fry can do... Stephen Fry can do one.
That's a joke that we tell in it.
Alan. That's it. Stephen Fry likes to say that, doesn't he, on QI?
He does.
Alan will come up and say something like,
I keep butter in my cupboard rather than my fridge.
and then, Alan.
One time I had
Frasier.
the Prince of Wales over for dinner. Niles!
Congratulations. I don't know what to say.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you're listening to Cry with me, Fraser.
He's really dropped down since he moved to Chicago.
A very elderly old Fraser presents
Niles,
QI.
I can't wait to eat that deep dish pizza.
Well, that's about it for me this week. That deep dish pizza joke has just blown up my belly, and I'm done.
We better get going because I hear those blues are calling.
Oh, tossed salad, scrambled eggs, Stephen Fry, David Mitchell. What else did we talk about? Bart Simpson, all grown up. Da-na-na-na, in my cup. Johnny Depp again.
Nanny nino, nanny nino, nanny nino, nanny nino.
Well, what do you think is the best concept that we've come up with that we can pitch to BBC One?
Well, for the BBC One show, it's got to be Nanny Nino.
Nanny Nino or QI, which we came up
I'm
with.
a Nanny Nino, and this is my new television program.
That's pretty clumsy, pretty clunky bit of TV, but we'll iron out the bugs as the series goes on.
Yeah. Episode 1 is always a trial run.
It's a tough pill to swallow. That's why they call it a pilot, because it probably won't fly.
Yeah.
Oh, you little shit. You've got to get off the internet when your mummy says so. Or when I say so. I'm your mummy now.
Said
Nanny Nino.
Nanny Nino.
Yeah.
That'll
Or Nino
do.
Nanny.
Nino Nanny, comma Nino Nanny, comma Nino Nanny, comma Nino Nanny.
Come on, Nino Nanny.
Come on, Nina Nanny.
Come on, Nino Nanny. Nino Nanny. Nino Nanny, Nino.
I know 2 syllables to Dexy's Midnight Runner
Nino.
song.
Nino Nanny. Nino. Nino Nanny.
Call 99 Nanny. Nino
Nino
99.
Nanny.
It's big.
Nino.
To Nino.
Nino Nanny.
Come on, Nino. Nino Nanny. Nino. Nino
Nino Nanny.
Call 911. He's got a gun.
Nino.
Nino.
Get off. Nino Nanny.
Excellent. All right, well, that's the theme tune set.
Yep.
And
It's very loud as well. So
sorry to all the jokes people who we made fun of. I actually, of course, think Stephen Fry is a national treasure. I actually, of course, think that David Mitchell is a genius. I actually, of course, think that Dara O'Brien is a genius. There's room for 2 of them at the top. And I actually think that Joe Brand is very funny and different to Don French.
don't like Mr. Bean though.
Mr. Bean is shit. And that I can make fun of Mr. Bean all day. However, Baked Bean is going to be fucking hilarious because no one's ever really taken that sort of Cheech and Chong edge and put it into BBC comedy.
So tune in for Baked Bean, or it's going to be Nino Nanny. Nino Nanny at 9. Nino 9. It's 99 night. Nino. And then
10 p.m. sharp. No, 10:05 because
Yes.
the show's always 5 minutes late because it's been token.
10:05. It's Baked Bean. It's Rowan Atkinson in his prime, in his greatest scene yet. Mr. Bean comes back from Mr. Bean's holiday. He's been in France. He comes back. He's been in Italy. He comes back and he goes, marijuana, and he smokes all the weed he can.
He
It
gets
is
his hand on
animated.
so much stuff, and he smokes himself. You know, you ever heard that stoners like to trot out that thing like you'd have to smoke like fucking constantly for 3 days to die of smoking pot. He does it. Bean does it. And the series, it's a 9-part series that details hour by hour unbroken footage. It's real. It's not cartoon. It's real life,
Oh, really?
and it's actually just a steady deterioration of a man to almost implausible levels of blood toxicity
Yeah.
from extraordinary exposure to
To
marijuana.
marijuana.
And the last thing he does, just as he knows he's about to die, he looks at the camera and he says, "See, I told you pot was dangerous." And the whole thing, even though he's actually an advocate of, you think he's an advocate of smokers' rights, no. He was doing it to prove that you can die from too much pot. And then pot gets outlawed internationally. That moment. It killed Bean. It's done.
Yeah. And everybody watches it because it's after Nanny Nino.
Yeah, everyone in the United Nations, which is every planet apart from one, watches it. And that one planet becomes the weed capital of the world, and their economy goes straight to number 1. And that is all a strategy by the North Koreans.
Yeah.
Genius.
So look forward to that.
Wonderful. And how was the net for you this week?
It was all right. I learned
Yeah.
a lot about picking up chicks. So when it does come, when I do get inundated with phone calls
Mm-hmm.
and messages and texts, and I should probably just set up an app of my own that's just called not Tinder, but it's called Tinder if you just want to date Adam from Nuthin But Net. I'll set that up and I'll have 100 things to talk about. I'll be able to say the angels must be crying for losing one of their own to me. This is definitely one of the cute things to say to your girlfriend that you should bear in mind.
Mm. And also, you might just be with Paul Rudd.
You might just be a Paul Rudd, but don't let that get you down.
Yeah. Because so far you've been a bit Ruddless,
Yeah.
and that's why you've had no direction. But now you've got Rudd, so you won't be Ruddless. And
Is
that's
there
just
another
an old shipping joke?
Is there a term that
Rudded.
like yeah?
The ship is rudded.
You ever go, oh, he's a bit rudderless.
I'm
You're
worried
like,
about
oh,
getting
he's-
on this ship. Don't worry, madam. The ship is perfectly ruddered.
He's very ruddered. Like that guy knows where he's going. He's
Yeah.
rudder.
It's a ruddered man.
Yeah.
That's like saying that you're whelmed by something.
Yeah.
Not overwhelmed, not underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed.
Just there in the middle.
I think I saw Stephen Fry,
Fry.
Master of Words, make that joke. No, I think it was actually Steve Martin I saw make that joke.
Oh.
In reference to another great Martin Short. And after talking about so many mediocre British comedians, it is nice just to hear Steve Martin's name.
Yeah, it is.
Just refreshing.
It's good to put that in the mix.
Although David Mitchell is very funny.
Oh, lots of the comedians we said are funny.
Have you even heard of the Norman Conquest, Jeremy?
I've been playing Rome Total War for 6 weeks. I do hope that you haven't done a shit on the sofa, Jeremy.
Jeremy, please don't do your marijuana in my bedroom. I'm trying to read my history novels by Michael Chapham.
Oh, my bathroom doesn't have a door anymore. Super hands, you shit in my sink.
Do I love Sophie? Probably not. I wish I could just read my history novels and eat bourbon biscuits in my fine robe.
Why can't you marry a thickly bound book?
Oh, I wish I could marry a thickly bound book by one of my history novel writers. Oh, Jeremy, get off. Get off. You're killing me, Jeremy.
Get off me, Jeremy. You're killing me. I can't breathe.
You're suffocating me, you big idiot. And please, clean the bloody sink.
Your friend Superhands has done a shit in it.
Oh, God. There's no words.
In Peep Show, there's no
In
word.
Peep Show, it's all clowning. And it's so funny when Jeremy does that cartwheel and it turns
The camera turns with him.
around, the camera turns with him. Yeah, it's a kind
Yeah.
of weird Dutch angle that turns into a circle. And then it cuts to Mark's face and he's doing a frown and you can just tell that he's put out by it.
Who is this? Who is this easy boy cartwheeling through my front room?
Who's this upstart crow?
It's just a great BBC One TV show, Shakespeare adaptation with David Mitchell.
Yeah, written by Ben Elton, author of Blackadder.
And singer of My Father's Gun, the great Ben Elton John.
The excellent Ben Elton John.
Excellent Ben Elton John.
Trip down that yellow brick road, Ben Elton John.
Ben Elton does so many puns.
Mm.
He's the unacceptable face of Stephen Fry.
Yeah,
Is there Ben Elton?
He's a pun man.
You know, they were together at Cambridge. It didn't seem to have done them any good.
No.
No, waste. Hugh Laurie, on the other hand, though, Huge Laurie, is an excellent man. Or actually, he's moved to America, so he's recently been renamed to Hugh Truck.
I
Callback.
think I was about to say we made that joke.
Chuck Truck.
Old Chuck Truck.
Chuck Truck and Huge Truck.
I forgot about that.
I'd like to see them get together for a series of Big Bang Theory with House in it.
Yeah, that's the name of it. Young Sheldon featuring House, the doctor from House, MD.
Would somebody get this precocious little shit off my leg?
And that's Young Sheldon.
Yeah. Hugh Laurie.
The only problem that you have, young Sheldon, is that you're far too smart for school, and you're much smarter than everyone else, and you've got a real nihilistic sense of humor like me, House MD.
Yep. Well, I'd give the internet an A- this
Yeah.
week.
Just going for probably a C. Just a straight C
Okay.
for me. Because
Yeah.
I see all the web pages, and they show me basically mediocre
Okay.
content.
Yeah. I barely used the internet this week. I was too busy training for a 5K.
Okay.
I'm going to eat 5,000 bourbon biscuits. I call that a 5K.
That's cool.
I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do 6.
There's absolutely no way I'll make it.
5,000 biscuits is obscene. I'd die.
Yeah.
5,000 biscuits is the equivalent of what Mr. Bean's going to do with all those joints. 6,000 joints, 6 minutes.
6 biscuits.
This will kill Bean.
Yeah, so you watch Nanny Nino, then you get a short advert for Baked Bean, which
Baked
is, do you want to see National Treasure Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, die from marijuana inhalation?
And it's voiced
watching.
over by Des Lynam if he's still alive, and if not, Michael Caine.
Do you want to see Mr. Bean die?
Here we are at the start of the festivities.
It's a much
Mr.
better
Bean
Michael
is
Caine
about
impression.
to light his first joint. There he goes.
I lit a
And
few joints in my time.
I used to smoke marijuana and listen to house music because it would relax me.
All right, it's me, Johnny Depp.
Hello, Johnny. What are you doing here?
I just came in to see Mr. Bean die of smoke inhalation.
Yeah, well, you're in the right place. When I was filming Sleuth with Laurence Olivier, I once tried hash. Didn't enjoy it. There he goes. Bean's dead.
Whoops, we missed it.
Oh, crap. Somebody killed the bean. Oh, Bean killed the bean. Bye.
It happens in the first episode.
Right. He's like, inhales one joint. I've come over all a quiver.
Oh, Mr. Bean's dead.
Oh, God. Johnny, Bean's gone brown.
Bean's gone brown.
And then, and 6 hours of silence on BBC One to mourn the passing of a national treasure,
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Bean's gone brown.
It just says that. Picture of Michael Caine's face.
Plays the brown note for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Bean's
Well,
finally gone brown.
and that is basically the idea that I'm pitching to BBC One.
And this will be broadcast during Red Nose Day.
With any luck, call now to donate.
Well, if you want to donate to children's children in need in the Red Nose Day, Bean has been brown for 4 hours now. So
Push your brown button now to donate to the Bring Bean Back cause. We will be investing all of your donations, doorknob nations, in an attempt to bring Mr. Bean back from the brown.
we will be investing all the donations from the Doorknob Nation.
I've always said it. Britain is a nation of doorknobs.
It's a nation of doorknobs.
That's Napoleon said that, didn't he?
And we've got Coldplay coming up next, playing their new song, Browned and Baned.
I know your Coldplay are doing the Red Nose charity song this year.
Yeah.
You're a brown bean. You're a brown bean. You're a brown bean.
believe Mr. Bean is dead.
You're a brown bean. You're a brown bean. You're a brown bean.
That's a song, it's all over the place. Brown bean.
You're a brown bean. Now you are dead. Coldplay. Ladies and gentlemen, Coldplay. And that's, what's his name? Jules Holland introducing the song.
A wonderful band, excellent band, ladies and gentlemen, Coldplay.
Playing their new song, Brown Bean.
Dun, 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 dun.
And that's Brown Bean.
He was an excellent bean. I think Michael Caine has a small cameo in this at the end of the song.
Looks like he's been and gone again.
Bean today, gone tomorrow. Bean brown.
Bean today. Bean today, gone tomorrow. Bean brown.
He's been a brown bean for 2.5 years now, and we haven't raised enough money to bring him back. And we won't stop broadcasting Red Nose Day until you do raise enough money to bring him back.
Do you bring this 2-year-old corpse back from the dead?
The quite significantly decayed corpse of Mr. Bean is still close up on every TV channel in the UK. Just staring right at the camera. Oh no, the cats are eating his leg.
Leg? I didn't know that cats like to eat beans.
That's when it finally stops. Back to normal programming.
Just very abruptly. Just cuts back to like Grand Designs.
On BBC One. We bought it. We did it. We bought Grand Designs.
Cancel Brown Bean.
We finally...
Let him die.
Well, I look forward to seeing that nice couple from Sussex trying to move out to the coast. Trying to find a semi by the coast. I had a semi by the coast once. It's a boner joke, sort of.
Cool boner joke.
Okay, well, no better way to end this podcast than with a cool boner joke.
Yep.
Adam and I are going to continue to talk like this for 6.5 hours, but you cannot listen.
It's
That's
just for us.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
you're not allowed.
thanks for listening this week and every week. And
Yeah.
who can blame you?
With content like this, who needs enemies?
All right.
Bye.
Bye then.
Nuthin